Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing this morning? Just a little late. I'm ready to get painting. How's everybody doing? Hey, Hetzer, JD Hetzer, what's going on, man? All right. Let's jump in and paint some tanks. What we're gonna do. So, what I have to do on these vehicles. I have windshields to paint. I think I have some extra bronze bits to paint. I can do a couple extra, like the visors on the inside, these little bubble turret things. A couple little caps and stuff we can do with some bronze. And then we're gonna wash these minis, and we got 2 of them. What's up, Raptor? How you doing, man? Excuse me. I'm gonna be honest, Raptor. There's some really strong stuff in that Krieg list. I wonder if those points will stay the same, but also there's some decent looking stuff. I can see the merit in some of the detachments they've shown and everything. Yes, this is a commission. Yep. Next commission we're painting is going to be some Space Marine incursors. Which, JD Hetzer, I don't know if you have stencils or transfers or something that you can send me, or if you want to put them on yourself, or I'm not sure how you want to do that. But we can figure something out. That's all right. I have no space or reason or room to be judgmental on someone forgetting something. So, Flotsam, what's going on? Yeah, I'm feeling better. Feeling better today. We forgot. That's okay. That's all right. Yeah, if you want to send, so yeah, I don't know. Think about something. Send me a message. Let me know what's going on. We'll figure it out. Yeah, I think that's going to be the next commission. And if for some reason we can't start that next week, I have plenty of other things I can do. I can assemble some Star Wars minis, get those ready or something. The true origin of the Lost Legion is you and me. That's true. Yeah, written into the lore of the Legion. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling better today. Still tired, but I got up early because everybody's going back to school at my house. So. Feeling good today. Got some airbrushing in yesterday, so did some more on the Thousand Suns airbrushing. I corrected the red on all the Thousand Suns minis I have, and I also varnished the riders that I have, the militia cav that I have. So good times. I also printed something, guys. I'm gonna have to. I'm finishing the cure on it. I gotta go cure one more piece here in a few minutes, and then I want to show you guys what I printed. It took 14 and a half hours to print this, which is one of the longest prints I've ever done. I think I did like a 16 or 17 hour print once, but 14 and a half hours, and I'm printing a second one. So I'm pretty excited to show you guys. Okay, so a little bit of bronze there. I want to get these little cap things. I want to make these all bronze, which there's a bunch of them, but it'll break up some of the colors a little bit. Hey, Lord of Trek. Yeah, I'm feeling like a boomer today. It's alright. Boomer has minis to paint. Nice and warm. Feeling on stream, so can't complain. Couple back here. All the armored pieces, all these panels, they're all gonna be bone color. But we're doing all the stuff underneath first, and then we're gonna do the bone color afterwards. So we should be able to at least get the base color of bone after we're all said and done today. The big problem, I think, is putting on a wash and giving that wash time to dry. So that's gonna be our big time consumer, I think, is just waiting for a wash to dry. Hoping I can get that done and then up with like 45 minutes or an hour or so to paint all these panels. AT Slayer, what's going on? That's a sexy vehicle. Yeah, it is a vehicle. Yep. We were looking up, was it last week maybe, or the week before, we were looking up STLs for alternate propulsion methods on this vehicle. They're bigger wheels or treads or walker legs and stuff. We found a couple things. It's kind of weird to put treads on because it has this like lower door right here, and the lower door means you have to like break up the treads, so it becomes a problem. Okay, let's go for that for now. So we're gonna paint in the windshields with this color. It's gonna look really like disjointed until we get those the bone armor panels on. How many coats of paint do you usually apply on a typical Space Marine? It depends on the color. Anywhere between 1 and like 4, depending on the color. Depends on the the actual color and the the brand of paint. Certain brands of paint cover better than others. My older brother is just getting to 40K, and he's painting Blood Angels, and I gave him some recommendations on colors, and he was priming his minis black and then going with bold pyro red right over black, and it was taking him 4 coats of red. So we were trying to get ways to reduce that, but he also just hand brushes. He doesn't use an airbrush. So when you use an airbrush for your base color, it's like 1.5 coats to put any color on. And it's all very thin. Airbrush for the win, guys. It is a added expense, a lot of logistics, and a new skill to learn. But great. I have been seeing, you guys have been posting your 2025 hobby goals, and I've been loving it. Some of you guys have some like really simple goals, and some of you guys have like super lofty goals and like a bunch of them. I think it's great. I think it's great overall. I hope we're able to accomplish our goals. Hey Raja, what's going on? Two inner circle companions probably put 4 coats of violet on the cape. Really? Okay. Yeah, I mean it's not the end of the world putting 4 coats of paint on something, as long as you're not putting on too thick and, you know, like covering up all the detail. It's better to put multiple thin coats than to put fewer thick coats on a mini. You will cover less detail that way. Oh, done my Vespids. Nice. That's great to hear. Are you painting them in orange, or do you have a different color scheme? I can't remember how you painted your Vespids. Yeah, thin coats. Yeah, it's the way to go, Lord of Trick. Purple with red wings. Okay, nice, nice. Go in and get all the windshields with this color. After we get these little things, and then we'll get ready for our wash. Using ivory for the Tau Tech, that's cool. Yeah, it's really cool. Last 2 at the same time, back and forth between. Yeah, that is the glory of batch painting. If you're batch painting in a proper manner, you know, obviously depending on your colors, sometimes washes won't dry quickly regardless. But if you're batch painting, typically you don't have to wait for paint to dry. You don't have downtime. It's a way to take the most advantage of your time painting, so that you're always putting colors on the minis. That's the idea. That's the glory of batch painting. Whips. Curious people think about the concept. Alright, alright. Take a look in just a moment. Glad I'm painting it. Me too, man. That's great. It is great. First one independently, so I get a good grasp of what I want to do. That's the way to do it, though. Yeah. Need some test minis, and you get your color scheme down. Oh, Raja, yeah, with the purple Vespid. I love it. They're so bug-like. It's cool. No, great color scheme, man. Mini's looking good. Are you drinking the heart attack lemonade? Is that what you're doing? Thought you worked in no, I see that in the background. The Panera like caffeine overdose. Find the technique, a little better contrast. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's a Hetzer, that's an executioner. The Laz destroyer cannon. But you extended it. It looks more like an actual like main battle cannon. Oh, and you did the welds on it. Dang, dude. The welds look incredible. That's really well done, guys. Go check out Hetzer's his. It's like a poorly welded repulsor executioner. And check out Reja's Vespid, purple Vespid. Really cool looking. Man, that's a really cool idea. I remember watching there was a guy that does like model kits, and he grabbed it was a Kratos battle tank, the Heresy tank, big battle tank, and he painted it up, but he used all of his like, modeling techniques on it. It was so satisfying to watch. Like, yeah, he added like rivet welds like where they make sense, or like welds and rivets where they make sense, and he was like texturing the armor, like the metal armor panels and stuff. Which cups I use them for paint water cups. I think it may have been Night Shift. That name sounds familiar. It was quite a few months ago. Night Shift sounds right though. Oh, Lord of Trek's got pictures of his Inner Circle dudes. Yeah, you gotta shine the light on the minis, not from behind him. But I get it. I'm really bad at that, too. But no, I mean, you got your reds on there. They're looking good. Looking good, dude. Anybody else want to post pictures of minis? I would love to see what you're working on. Both amazing modelers. Yeah. It'd be something to have that skill. Love to have the time to like jump in and just do that kind of stuff. We're gonna do the bone armor plating, but we're gonna put like red and orange accents on this too, so it's not gonna be just bone on this. It'd be a very bland looking mini. It's all good, man, all good. Go walking with painting glasses, as I only see fuzzy further on now. Got painting glasses, like magnifying ones. It's one of the top questions I get when people see what I do and they're not familiar with the hobby. And they see what I do for a living, or I show them some minis I paint. Do you use special glasses, like magnifying glasses for that? It's like, nope. Sure I will when I get older. But I'm going to enjoy not using magnifying glasses. I mean, maybe I'll be a better painter if I use magnifying glasses, but no. Phasmo is just obscene. He builds the cockpits in a 172 aircraft. Oh, that's cool. The surgeon steady hands. Is he like the Yakuza doctor? Steady hand. Yeah, from The Office. The glasses are coming. Yeah, I bet they are. I'll embrace it when it's time, but for now I'm just gonna keep cranking my light brighter and brighter to help myself. I was kind of wanting to assemble some minis last night, but I decided instead to play video games. So I played some Empire at War, my Awakening of the Clone Wars mod, continuing my Republic campaign. And I took, so proud of myself, I took Munalist. That was the planet I took, like the banking clan's homeworld. and I rescued Obi-Wan Kenobi, who was being held captive there. But I took it with commandos and ARC troopers. It was awesome. It was like a raid that I jumped in and took the planet, so it's cool. First set of hearing aids. Oh yeah, there you go. Hey, that's all right. I know people younger than me that have hearing aids, mainly because of the army, but I have a story about my dad getting hearing aids, and my dad he's pushing 70, but he got hearing aids a year or two ago, and he's not like super tech savvy, but he loves like tech things, so he was really excited about these hearing aids because they were like Bluetooth and they connected to his phone and everything. So what he would do is he would call us, like me or my brothers, he would call us, and he would talk with us, but he'd just have his Bluetooth hearing aids in. He wouldn't even like pick up his phone. He'd just be like, yeah, and he'd just talk on his hearing aids. And we kept trying to tell him, like, the audio on those hearing aids are terrible. Like, you couldn't understand what he was saying, and like they were really poor. I don't know. I guess that's what insurance paid for. But it was just pretty funny that like he had these hearing aids, and then he stopped wearing them. I think he stopped caring about hearing that much. Probably need him for 15 years. Yeah. Cat is loud. That's funny. Your cat's used to not being called out on it. That's why. Those are used for Deathwing Terminators. That's my next set. I really like Pearl Bone. As appropriate as that is. Pearl Bone, and then some like ivory type dry brushes on them. I think look really good on their armor. But if you want to do kind of simple, like an ivory color, like Pearl Ivory, and sepia wash over them, and then build up that ivory again. Your daughter has hearing aids? Yeah. No idea if she was missing until the first day she wore it. Oh, that's really adorable. But yeah, that is also. How old was she when she got her hearing aids? Got those colors. Nice. Alright. She was 10. Oh, wow. Yeah. Sepia's a great contrast paint. Yeah. That is one of my favorite, like, Games Workshop washes. Because Monument doesn't make a sepia wash at this point, so... The cat talked all the time. There were noises from my car. Oh no. Or that your wife talked to you. It's part of the reason I think my dad doesn't wear his hearing aids anymore. Just doesn't want to be bothered. Just turns the TV on really loud and watches his games. Hi, Mini Marvels, what's going on? Paint. GW does have good washes. Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think Monument still has good washes. They're just a lot different. They have a much different usage. This other one. Understand the normal sounds thing. Yeah. It's like people with like crazy amounts of earwax, and you get like the build up, and you get it removed, and you're like, wow, I can hear everything. Not as many. Yeah. It's true. That's, I still use quite a few Games Workshop washes and contrasts. Those are pretty common colors I still use from Games Workshop. So, new Daredevil trailer. No, I haven't. I never watched the Daredevil series on like Netflix or whatever, so not on the up and up on a lot of the current Marvel happenings. Lots of superheroes need painting, yeah. E2, its peak? Oh, okay, alright. My red recipe, nice. The classic red. How's the new red recipe? Yeah, that one's not even a new one. That's my old one. New red recipe works fine. I'm using AK Clear Red, AK Interactive Clear Red, and the problem with the AK Interactive Clear Red, it's like it's a like typical acrylic and everything. The big problem with it is it reactivates. So I need an extra step to get it to set, and it's basically I wait for it to dry for about 24 hours, so like fully cure, and then I put a coat of gloss varnish over the red, and then I put my matte varnish so it's paintable. I have to do all of that so the red doesn't bleed through, when normally I just put like the matte varnish. So it's just adding the gloss varnish, but you have to let it cure first, and just all these different things that make it frustrating. It's also not a paint that's sold locally to me, so I have to order it online, and so I try to order it in like big batches because I end up paying for shipping. So yeah, it's a whole thing. Using that clear red, like any clear red, with just how time consuming and like how much red paint you end up using when you have like a true clear red and everything to get the colors you want, it's kind of discouraging to get a lot of tanks, because I'll go through a whole bottle. I would use a whole bottle of the Tamiya clear red, the X27, a whole bottle just to base coat a Land Raider. It's crazy how much. It is. So I tested 15 different clear reds. At this point, I've tested a 16th one, and that AK clear red is by far the closest match to the Tamiya, by far. It is very similar. So the pictures have it look slightly off, but it is near 1-to-1. So it's better than using the Tamiya, because the Tamiya is super toxic and smells horrible. But yeah, just not as good as, like, if I could just brush on a contrast. I've heard there's is it ball red? I have not tried ball red, but that's a contrast, right? Because I've used Blood Angels red, and Blood Angels red is off. The Vallejo Metal Color Gold. Wait, are you talking about the metal color or the liquid gold? Which one are you using? Ball red is a contrast. That might be one I have to pick up. Ball red is good. Okay. I've seen people use it and it looks, yeah, the liquid gold is the alcohol based paint, um, which is amazing. It's amazing paint, but yeah, it is not healthy. Not healthy to breathe. It's just isopropyl. It's just 99% isopropyl that you're inhaling the whole time. Of Blood. Yeah, Blood Angel's Contrast is a great color. Not a good replacement for my Tamiya colors, but it's a good color. Maybe I might pick up Ball Red next time I'm at the store. They're using on Vespins. Okay. Yeah, so for my clear red, my Thousand Suns recipe, it uses Vallejo Metal Color Gold, which is the non-alcohol based. Like their metal color range is like a whole thing, and they have one. It's just called Gold, and it's a very desaturated, like pale gold. That's what I use as my base color. I've been hotboxing. No, probably not. Probably not. Yeah. See about getting an airbrush. Yeah, airbrushes are really nice. Man, you got that new house. You got all that space for it. Be great. Explain some things. That's why last year my big thing early last year was switching to some non-toxic alternatives. Some of my products. So I switched over my red and my plastic cement is non-toxic now. So I'm gonna go back and do like a quick second coat on all these windshields. A little patchy. The darker metallics from Monument are almost always a one coat cover. Brighter ones, quite the same. In the paper the other day about someone being hospitalized following a crack overdose. Of note, there have been not a therapeutic dose, so yeah, an overdose. Yeah, like what's the recommended dosage amount? Yeah, use airbrush. Yeah, I have a ventilator. Yep. Yeah, it has like a tube that carries it outside the outside a window. I also wear a respirator while using the vent because the vent doesn't work as well as like I don't know, maybe they advertise. The Tamiya Clear Red would particles would be so small to go through my airbrush that it would go through the filter on my vent system, and it'd go through the whole system, and my Windows screen that was connected to, you know, my vent was up against, is actually stained red from that Tamiya paint. I could go through all of that and then stain my my window screen red. Yeah. Like a big investment, multiple things on. Yeah, it's definitely more than just the airbrush. Yeah, because you'll need, you know, you want good thinner, you want cleaner. Need the materials to do that, gloves, respirator. None of those things which are expensive individually, but yeah, just having all of them. It's the same with a 3D printer. You know, when you're like, yeah, cool, a 3D printer is only $150, but then you have everything else that's involved with it. Can I blow my nose? Like a kaleidoscope? Okay. Being a Dreadnought or a Servitor? I'd say a Servitor is probably worse. I feel like if you're a Dreadnought, it means you are a Space Marine. And it means you know, fought and trained for centuries probably. And you know exactly what's happening when you're a Dreadnought. And it's very much a sense of, like, duty, right? Like, I don't want to be here. You know, it might make you slowly go insane, but you sleep most of the time, not aware of what's going on. But then when you are aware, it's like, all right, gotta kill stuff. Let's kill some heretics or some Xenos, and then we'll go back to sleep, kind of thing. A Servitor, though, is just it's a horrific existence. Hey, Utini, what's going on? And, like, they get moments of clarity, but it's, like, absolutely horrifying, the ordeal they're going through. Like, you're missing all your limbs, and it wasn't, like, your choice, or, like, you know, you weren't, like, prepared to do that, and, you know, because they talk about, like servitors, like, getting their moments of clarity and everything, and just going nuts. I would say Dreadnought would be better. Wrath, I know they're, like, lobotomized, and I think it's like implants that direct them and, like, suppress their emotions and everything. I am not totally sure all the workings on it. I do know Adeptus Ridiculous did an episode on servitors that explained how horrifying it is. Like, the process of becoming a servitor and just, like, being one. Lego minifigures, Christmas cookies, Blood Bowl minis. Man, that sounds like a good Thursday. I'm doing well. Doing well. Painting these, about to go do a second coat on some of this bronze, and then we go cure a mini and come back and put some washes on the minis. Yeah, it was good and terrifying. Yeah. Process for sure is far worse. Process could outweigh. Yeah. Again, like, you know, the Space Marine, like, obviously their experience before they hit a Dreadnought is pretty horrifying too. You know, like, you're in battle and you get mortally wounded, but again, I feel like a Space Marine is, you know, most likely centuries old and has somewhat prepared their mind for the possibility of being interred in a dreadnought, where like a normal person's just like, I'm just doing my thing, and they happen to live on a Mechanicum planet that needs more servitors, and the possibility you just get kidnapped and sent to a very historically reflective type of camp that systematically turns people into servitors in the most gruesome way. And like the possibility of moments of clarity after that. You don't have moments of clarity, like you're still alive. Like it's a horrible existence. Just bought a Redemptor, nice. Redemptor Dreadnought kit is really cool. Hey Zen, good morning. Alright, we did the first coat on all windshields. Remember, there are a couple more colors I need on some of these things here, so I have to do that, but let's get back and do this second coat of bronze. It's windshields. Even them out a little bit. Yeah, so we had some cool news from GW today. Yeah, these are Space Dwarves Goliath games. Welcome in. Heresy Thursday, we got a Loyalist Herald mini. It looks good. Good looking Herald mini. And more Krieg rules for 40k. Which seem pretty bonkers. Honestly, like, their rules are insane. I come up with how to paint things. It's longer than painting, I think. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. Just takes a long time. Dropping frames? I don't know if your webcam's skipping or internet's stuttering. I don't know. What anybody else having issues? Hope I'm not being the problem. Thanks for letting me know, though. I mean, I always have dropped frames. My number of dropped frames is actually pretty low right now. Yeah. I regularly sit around like 30% drop frames. I kid you not. It's at 17 right now. Get 3% to be seriously wrong? Yeah. How bad do my streams normally stutter? Because could you imagine, guys? It probably is my internet, yeah. I think my internet just sucks. Change providers or something. Breeze line. Garbage. Hey Frank, what's going on? Jumping on YouTube. How long does it take to clean all the drop stuff after stream? Forever. Yeah. First time you've seen this? Okay. Interesting. Well, hopefully it'll correct itself. You listen more than you watch, yeah. What color are the canopies? I am using Proacryl Light Bronze on the canopies. Zen, I did check out the STLs you edited. They look good. Might make a plate and print them soon. Just test them out. And then you tell me what you want printed first. For your whole project here. Let's do the second coat on this one. And then I'm going to go, I have a print, I'm going to go here. And nothing at the moment? Okay. Well, I mean, I'll get them ready for you. At the time and bandwidth, I mean, I'll just keep painting more stuff for me, I guess. Yeah, so I used Tamiya Extra Thin for a long time. It works. I think it's the best working plastic cement. But I can't handle the fumes anymore. Like, it's really unhealthy. So I use Tamiya Limonene, which is their non-toxic cement. It uses the power of lemons. Do the same thing the acetone does and the other stuff. So it's a little more expensive. I got 2 more bottles of it that should be coming in any day. Uchimiya still work as a sprugu base? It probably, I mean, it might. I don't know. I never did stuff with like the sprugu. I felt like it was a waste, and like it always looked really sketchy to me. But I mean, it dissolves plastic all the same. So the only difference is it's slightly thicker than the extra thin cement. So it doesn't quite like flow like it does, like the extra thin does. So, you know, if that affects the sprugu, then maybe. Wasn't sticking good for me when I tried to pop the torso off. Really? Did you give it like a full day to cure? Because the whole point of plastic cement anyway is it melts the two pieces, like it actually melts the plastic, and then they harden and cure together as like one piece. Um, but you got to give it some time to do that. Normally it'll set after a few minutes. You can kind of move around and keep working, but if you want to fully cure and to get the full effect, you got to wait about a day. Yeah, I recommend the Tamiya Limonene. It is pretty hard to get a hold of, so just keep that in mind. You're going to be searching a little bit, but I bought one bottle on Amazon a while ago, but can't find it on Amazon anymore. So, or last time I looked, it wasn't on there. So I went on some website I'd never ordered anything from before. They had it, and they shipped me 2 bottles, and I'm just waiting for it to arrive. My one bottle's about half empty, so I want to make sure I have stuff ready to replace. You did? Okay. Yeah, it's not working. You just need more glue on there. I was using some non-toxic testers, which is the same thing. Like it uses limonene or whatever to do. The thing about testers glue is it's always in some like difficult to use bottles. So I had like one of the like metal tubes, like crumble tubes, like toothpaste tubes, and it was like just spilling out way too fast. And then I had this plastic container, and the plastic containers were really difficult to get like a really small application of glue. It was always way too much or nothing. But yeah, the whole time I was just waiting for the Tamiya Limonene. So when I finally got the Limonene, the Tamiya stuff, which comes in the glass square container and it has the brush and everything, like the brush is just easier to use. It's just better for application for what we're doing. Okay, that's it for the windshields on these guys. I am going to be back in just a second, guys. One moment. All right. Next thing I need to do, we're gonna get some copper. Ready for the wash yet. A couple more things. We're gonna get these cannons. Projects aren't going to start for another What? What are you going to be doing until then? Paint some minis? Yeah, yeah. Oh man. That is wild. Slay the Gray. I do need to print you some minis, man. Alright, yeah. Just a little bit of copper on these cool conversion beamers. This is a cool song. This is GW Votann. Yep. This is the actual plastic. This is a commission I'm painting. South Dakota, yeah, Zen's in South Dakota the whole time. Went down for work. Down to South Dakota? There's only one kind of person that goes down to South Dakota. That's someone from North Dakota, JD Hetzer. Alright. A little bit of copper. That's pretty nice. I like the little copper addition here. I want to do a little bit of black on these weapons. Front pieces here. It's the hot boxing, yeah. Tough in the Tamiya. more color to that piece. Here's what we're going to do. Why is that all thick? Okay. Dipped my paints in the brush on the wrong paint. What's going on, Potinator? How you doing, man? I am doing well. Of the Hackathon? Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely like, yeah, a lot of like stuff you can do in the airbrush. I just airbrushed the one color. Doing brush work because of the order in which I am putting colors on the Mini. I'm just gonna use normal washes. Yeah. Not gonna mess with any oils on these. Do the basic stuff. We're gonna thin down a black wash. It's gonna end up hitting most of the Mini. Then we're gonna come back and get all the armor platings and do all that, highlights and such. All right. So let's figure out this this wash here. I think we're gonna do the Pro Acryl stuff because it's stronger, or I could just go straight for Black Templar or something and thin it out a whole lot. A lot more thinner than paint. Might be a good idea. Let's see. Jump and grab some stuff. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go for shake some paints up here. Yeah. Hey, Gosu. Hey, guys. Hold on. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. I gotta take a phone call. All right. I'm back for a couple minutes. I was, yeah, got a family member having some medical stuff, so a little text update. Tried to call them, and they said they'd call me in a few minutes. So that's what's going on. If you guys are curious. Yeah, me too. So, okay, here's what we're doing. We're gonna mix up some Black Legion. We're gonna do some contrast medium, some Lamian medium, and a little bit of flow improver. I don't want too much of this because it turns everything glossy. It's with the contrast paints. So I'm gonna start with the flow improver, and we're just gonna put we'll do 1 drop. That'll be our basis. All right, our minimum mix. We'll try to at least get this measured out before someone calls me. All right. Let's do a contrast medium. We'll do a lot of this. We'll do, let's say, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, yeah, 10 contrast drops. A drop of flow improver. Okay, let's do like 5 drops of Lamian medium because we don't want it to be like total contrast paint. Three, 4, 5. Yeah, wash and glaze medium might have been a good idea here. I didn't want to use the noosh. I don't want to mess with. I did get a bunch of makeup sponges, but that just seems so messy for this, and you have to wait a lot longer for that to dry. Okay. We got our. This is Black Legion contrast, so it's more of a warmer color. I want to start. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 drops to start. So 1, 10, 5, 3. We'll call that a ratio. Rinse out our little pipette here. Let's see what kind of mix we have going. I don't have my hand to test this on. That looks really dark. Yeah, that's really strong. So let's do 5 more drops of Lamian medium. Let's that pipette out a little more. 1, 10, 10, 3. Okay. Dare I try it? Let's try it. Let's see. It's a little dark, but that's actually really nice. Oh, well, good timing. I'm going to take this phone call, guys. Be back in a couple minutes. All right, I'm back. I might have one more phone call. I don't know, but uh, okay. What were we doing? We were working on this wash. Yeah, that wash looks really good. Really good. Yeah. Long story short, I'll tell you guys. I have a family member who had some really severe stomach pains, so they went to the ER a couple nights ago. Hey, Blue, what's going on? So they found out said family member has a kidney stone, and I don't think anybody in my family has ever had a kidney stone. So, I have a lot of like family members in the medical profession, so it's not, like I have like good opinions about it and stuff. But they got like a pretty big kidney stone, and like cool, like well let's get it out. And they're like, well we don't do it here at this hospital, so you got to go to the clinic. Like call this clinic tomorrow, and see if they can fit you in tomorrow. And this was like 2 days ago, and they're like, okay, I guess. And so they did that, and the place yesterday was like, or no, it was today. No, it was yesterday they called the place, and the place was like, well, we can't fit you in today, we'll fit you in tomorrow morning at 9:30. So my parents, it's my parents. So one of my parents has one. So they're like, yeah, they're like, okay, I guess we'll go in. Well, where they live is about to get some really severe weather, and apparently the place was like, no, we can't do it today because there's bad weather coming tomorrow or something. And they're like, well, when can we do this? Like, when can we? Because they need like it's like an ultra sound, like sonic waves or whatever, to break it up. It's big enough where it's like not passing on its own. So the doctor tells him, well, we can't do it today, and since there's bad weather, everything's gonna be closed tomorrow, and we don't do this procedure on weekends. So Monday, we'll get you in on Monday. And I heard that and I was kind of freaking out on the phone. I was like, "What? Monday? Like, what if they can't like pee? It's like a large kidney stone's like blocking like their urine, and they're like, yeah, we'll give them medicine and maybe they'll be able to pee." And I'm yeah, seriously, I'm like, what? So I was talking to the one parent, and they're like, well, they're gonna call the other family members who are all like, one person's a radiologist and the other one's an EMT and like all this other stuff. So they're gonna try to get some other opinions. But I said, take them to a different hospital. Like call ERs, call places, and say, hey, we need this done today in the U.S. The U.S. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because that is ridiculous. Like, that is insane. Kidney transplant? It's nuts. Yeah, they better be going ballistic, because that's like you can't just stick someone on pain meds for a week and be like, sorry, you can't pee. Like, here, we're gonna try to help you maybe be able to pee, but if not, you still have to wait 7 days with a kidney stone, like a large kidney stone. Yeah, gallstones. Yeah, like I can't, like that's insane. And it's like, yeah, let's hope it doesn't get infected, or, nothing terrible extra happens. Yeah, that is beyond ridiculous. Yeah, so I was on the phone, like kind of freaking out there. Oh no! What was the sound alert? I'm sorry. Are you trying to get me to focus on put my mini back in frame here? It's black wash. Shifting got stuck. Had to put a stent in. Oh my gosh. Yeah. No, that needs to. Yeah, it needs to be fixed. You know, their closest hospital's like 40 minutes away, and that's where they went, and that's where they told them, like, no, you gotta wait and do all this stuff. You know, they have other hospitals that are like over an hour away, but like, I don't know. Like, if there's bad weather coming in, like, go get it done. Go make it an emergency. Yeah, that's an insane wait. Yeah, they won't even let them stay at the hospital or anything. They're just sending him home. They're sending him home with some more prescriptions, and that's it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm like pretty mad about it right now. So, I said I might get another phone call, but local hospital almost killed my dad when he had COVID. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, so I feel like American healthcare is like you have to like seriously just fight like crazy to get anything out of it. Okay, we're gonna work on these guys. Bring it over to my house. I bring my own Navy med kit. Yeah, there you go, dude. We're getting this thing out whether you like it or not. Yeah, just pop those pills. Exactly. Yeah, if you die, you die. Whatever. You got the pills, so we got what we needed, right? Yeah, insurance is saying they don't need to stay at the hospital. So, where's Luigi? We need Mario's brother in here. Doctor's office got sweet lunch out of it. That's right. Yeah. We're gonna go through a lot of wash. I'm glad I chose the contrast paint instead of wash, because I would have used my whole bottle of black wash on this. Instead, I'm just using a couple drops at a time. Hey, what's up, Smago? What's going on? And so with your white formula? Yeah. Oh, was that you, Smago? I didn't even realize. That's great. Yeah. Nice, dude. Yeah, I love the Sterngard Vet minis, so... Yeah, and that's the white I pretty much use on everything. Like, that is my white formula. My white paint formula is it's the same thing, just bright neutral gray, black wash, then highlight bright neutral gray, and build up to bold titanium white. That's it. Okay, at those tires we need more wash down. Yeah, pretty good. It works. It's simple and it works. Only got Citadel paints. I think bright gray. Yeah, like Ulthuan gray or something. Celestra gray I think is good. Um, you know, like an Ulthuan or Celestra gray and an Apothecary white over it works down. Or yeah, watered down known oil also works well. So I think all of those are good. Bloodbowl Mini's gonna try to drink, really. Yeah, Ulthuan. I think Ulthuan is kind of the equivalent. I'm gonna try to double up this recipe. Let's see if we can do that. Nice. All right. Looking forward to the results. The thing about Pro Acryl paints though is like the Pro Acryl whites and light grays are just so much better. Instead of 1, 10, 10, 3, we're going to do 1, 20, 20, and 6. Do my basic intercessors first or do some Stern Guard? Yeah, they're both really strong, aren't they? Yeah. Drops of the Lamian medium. Yeah, Stern Guard look great. It's really satisfying painting intercessors though. Like they're just so quick to paint. It's just nice. Alright, Black Templar here. What do you think about new Fulgrim? I think the new Fulgrim mini looks great. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm impressed with the mini, to say the least. Hope someone passes them to me to paint sometime. I know a particular Heresy player who has me painting his 30k like regular Mortal Fulgrim. I'm hoping if he wants to do a Fulgrim Transfigured for 30k, he just buys the 40k mini when it comes out, because mini is comparable but also like great in some different ways. So tires here. Any black paint thinned enough can be a black wash, so it's great. I guess really is any paint thinned enough can be a wash, right? Yeah, I would like to paint the new Fulgrim. Yeah, I like painting big monsters and demon minis and stuff. It's fun. I painted, yeah, I had painting Vashtor was a lot of fun a couple weeks ago. And okay, this is the first. We're at the wheels on the other one, and then we'll come back and get the other details. Putting this wash in between the tires will help us correct any mistakes. It also kind of blends everything together a little bit. All the colors together. I'll just use soak minis and ice. How long? A few minutes, an hour. I've never used isopropyl to strip minis. There are other people here who have, though, that might have better advice. Per day, use light brush to get paint off. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I would say a day would be like an absolute maximum. Okay. Set you upside down. Soft bristled toothbrush, dipped in IPA and scrubbed the mini clean. Oh, there you go. Okay. Sit for a few minutes. Yeah. Yeah, the thing about primer. Here's what I'll tell you about primer with stripping primer. You don't need to worry about stripping primer. So if you have primer on your mini, removing paint, you won't get your mini bare gray plastic. And that's fine. Because what the primer does, it chemically reacts with the plastic and it bonds to it. It physically like melts a little bit of the plastic and bonds itself to it. Kind of like how plastic cement works. So when you get to the point when you're stripping primer off the mini, you're actually shaving off plastic. You're not just like getting rid of a coat of paint. So it's just something to keep in mind. It's very thin. And like keeping primer on the mini, it's not gonna hurt anything, and you can reprime it after that and everything. The primer cracked. About to tell my parent with the kidney stone, just like pass out in public or something. Make it so they take you to the hospital and do the procedure. Just like completely freak out. they do it. I don't know, man. I don't know how to navigate healthcare. So when you paint it look terrible. Okay, yeah, so you had to get the primer off. Okay, that's fair. Five termagants. Oh, okay, yeah, not that big a deal. Yeah, Lucius getting a mini. That'll be next week. I think they're gonna show off, like, preview his mini at the that like midnight. Was it LVO announcement thing? So something I am not staying up to watch, but we can definitely talk about over the days after. Gift to my brother's Tyranids. Gonna change the paint scheme a bit. Want to do black on black with glossy shell and dry brush some gray in the skin to lighten it up a bit. Waiting for the shell. Okay. Skyrat by Turbo Dork. Interesting. I've heard mixed things about Turbo Dork, but I've never used it, so I don't have any opinions on Turbo Dork specifically. But cool, very cool. Let's get under portions here. Underside stuff doesn't matter so much, but I want to wash on here. Like 7 layers, the first generation stuff. Yeah, I think it's made for like an airbrush, right? Is what it seems like. It's much more airbrush friendly. It's always kind of how I imagined it. Second gen is better. Okay. Tinting the color at this point. Underneath here. We're getting a lot out of this double mix though. So many goofy little angles. Termagant, yeah. That's crazy, yeah. You know, I was wondering, this is the third Hecaton I've ever assembled and painted. And I was actually wondering, it has this really nice hitch on the back that's like a separate piece. It's like its own piece, and you put this hitch in the Mini and everything. And I wonder if there's a plan to add like a trailer to this thing or something, which would be really cool. Like I think that'd be awesome. Squat trains, yeah, but the train is just like, it's just trailers that you can continue to add to the Hecaton. How great would that be? And they do different things. Super cool. I'm going to Adepticon. I am not. No. This year's already going too fast, and we're like 9 days in. Can't start talking about March already, man. Not cool. Again, this Mini is a lot of silver right now, but we haven't painted the all the extra pieces, so we're gonna get all the actual armor plating eventually. Okay, I need more black. We're starting to get little definition there. Or wash, looks like garbage underneath, but Ireland in June. Oh, cool. Korea in February for man. You're traveling all over the place. That Mr. Worldwide, is that what we call that? All right. Before I get more of that, I'll be back in just a minute, guys. I'm gonna go grab something I want to show you guys. So not a phone call this time. I might have a phone call while I'm gone, but yeah, get back. All right. So here is what I printed. I just want to show you guys for my militia. This is also from the Trench Devil set. So I gotta clean up supports and everything, you know, as you do. Got this cool piece, sits in there. What's this? Oh yeah, okay, so it's got like a rounded bottom. That doesn't elevate very far. Sit up more and elevate. Or if I can trim that and elevate it, and then these pieces fit right in there. So I have a artillery piece. It's like a giant las cannon, but I'm going to use it as a basilisk equivalent, an earthshaker cannon. Different on different sides. I wish this elevated more. That's my only issue. So I might adjust some things on here. Get it to elevate. It is, let's see, that piece and that piece hitting the edge. Negotiating purchasing Trench Crusade. What? No way. Still doesn't. It's not true, but it's a rumor to cause trauma across the industry. GW doesn't care enough. If they cared, they would just start suing Trench Crusade. Like, they're not going to buy it. Yeah, so I got some artillery. I also have a little guy that sits on there. Little dude. He will sit. Where does he sit? Right there. Yep, it all fits in. Right in that little spot. Just like that. So, yep. 14.5 hours to print. Got cool artillery piece. We'll mess around with getting this to elevate more, because I want it like up in the air, you know, like further up. I know it looks like a big laser, but we're gonna do it Star Wars style, where the lasers can like fall. I believe every day's a good day when you paint. Hey, Grumpy Crane. I believe it'll bring a lot of good thoughts to your heart. Welcome in. Welcome. How are you guys doing? Welcome, Grumpy Crane. Wim the Whiskered Painter. How you doing? I'm just showing off some prints I had completed this morning. Before getting back to painting some Votann stuff, but gotta clean supports and everything. But first artillery piece. Let me take just a moment to thank you for allowing me back into your home. C. Diaz, 1971. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right, I need to make more mix. I'm doing great. How's your stream? I have just a fair warning. I am potentially waiting on a phone call, and
first of all, let me take just a moment to thank
medical
you
thing
for
going on with the family
allowing me back into your
members.
home.
So I might like be taking a break, you know, in the stream kind of unexpectedly, but just want to let you guys know. Cranes are a grumpy bird. Yeah, yeah. Squadles, welcome, Squadles. How are you? And thanks for the follow. Welcome in, guys. We got hecatons. I'm doing kind of a homemade wash on these. I'm doing all the metallic pieces before I get to painting the armor plating. But we're working on getting a wash on all the metals. So I'm mixing my own wash because I'm painting 2 of them. And I don't want to use all of my black wash. So I'm using contrast paint and mediums. And I got a mix. It is 1 drop flow improver, and we're going to double it. So we're going to 2 drops flow improver. 1, 2. And then it was 10, but now it's 20 drops of both Contrast medium and Lamian medium. Looking fun so far. Yeah. It's alright. $20 drops. I only have so much space on my wet palette to mix this, so. $20 drops that. Need 20 drops of Lamian medium. Talk about the announcement about GW. Yeah, GW is not in negotiations to buy Trench Crusade. No way is that ever going to happen. That would be very out of character for GW. The thing about Trench Crusade and its grim darkness is it's like it seems forced. It's like very forced. Like GW John Lockridge. You know, Warhammer is way over the top and, you know, ridiculous, and like, you know, there's so many like goofy kind of funny things about it, but Trench Crusade is very much like it's very much the attitude of like, hey, look at you see how dark Warhammer is? Well, we're crazier. Like, that seems like the whole purpose of Trench Crusade is just to be like, there's Warhammer, and then we're just gonna step it up like 5 steps of craziness. But then I don't know, there's no like, it doesn't seem like there's much of like a basis for it. It seems a little ridiculous. A little too much. Okay, let's mix this paint up. We're getting a bigger brush to do these washes, as it's faster. We're going for speed. Like, that's why GW works. That's why Warhammer works in the first place, because the setting is just good. Warhammer as a game has never been the best out there. It's never been great. They make good minis, but you know, they're not everybody's thing. But like, when they can keep the setting and they have the setting going how they want and everything, like that's why Warhammer stays around. It's gnarly. Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's like trying way too hard. Like the one example I think of is the big like dreadnought creature, and it's like, you know, he has like a dude on his shield, and it's like, yeah, the guy volunteered for it. Like, that to me doesn't scream grimdark. That screams like extra campy. Like, if he volunteered for it, like, that's not grimdark. That's just like a guy like making a choice, you know. Grimdark is like horrific things are happening, and you know, like, whether you want them to or not, I guess, or like you don't want them to happen, like there's no choice, and the person choosing to do like, ooh, this thing's gonna hurt me and I want that to happen, like, that to me is not grimdark. Does Horsehairs get the best Space Marine models? Yeah, they do. They do. Yep. That's just the nature of things. even the 30k Dark Angels, they get plasma flamethrowers, which is beyond terrifying, honestly. It's Mad Max. Yeah, yeah. I can see the Mad Max kind of influence in it. Good bounce. Take care of the... Yeah, you have a good one, man. Thank you for the raid. Thank you. And guys, go give Grumpy Crane a follow. If you haven't already, show him some love. Yeah, 30k Angels are cool looking. The 30k Dark Angels have... I was talking about this the other day. They have a... this rules for this creation. They don't have a mini for it. But it is a man of iron, like an AI tech creation. So it's like super heretical, like really like a big no-no. But they basically turned a man of iron into like a slaved creation and like tortured it and gave it all these weapons, and they just like unleash it on the battlefield. It's wild. Like, yeah, cool, look, we found AI, and they just like they just use it as like a hideous weapon. The thing will go nuts and just like kill everything around it when it gets the chance and stuff. Like, that's grimdark. You know, you discovered AI instead of just killing it. Like, someone found a more horrible way of dealing with it. On a Big E's attic, yeah. So we got the tires on both of them, but we gotta get the whole body on the other one. Wash. Gun bubbles here. Ricky Deathwing companions. They're yeah, the are you talking about the Inner Circle? Inner Circle Knights Cenobium. See my next kid on ultrasound, everything goes, oh nice. He's a clone of my son. Alright. Congrats, John Lockridge. That's good. And everyone's healthy. Options, but more minis per kit. Yeah, they used to do that. But it doesn't look as good, you know, when you're advertising. You know? They can market a lot easier, like all the cool options in a box. That is what they do for Heresy, though. You get a lot more minis in a box for Heresy minis, but like if you want special weapons, you buy the special weapons set. Even though, you know, like Heresy squads have, you know, like a tactical squad doesn't get special weapons, but you use that kit to make the special weapon teams and stuff. So there is like a whole thing. All right, I think I got the washes on this one. Let's get... I need to get this around this door a little bit. Around that door. Okay. This would have been a mini just to airbrush the wash on. Because there's, at the end of the day, it's very minimal. It isn't being washed, so. Okay, let's go over to the other one. Getting AOS, but a question. Would you guys build an army list before buying models, or do you buy kits and try to make an army out of it? So a little bit of both, I think, is the way to go. Yeah. Start with what looks cool, like John Locke is saying. And I think you buy a couple mini, like, I always think you should buy, like, the, like a squad of, like, basic soldiers first. You know, find an army you like, the army that looks cool to you, has cool lore, you know, looks fun to paint, something like that. Buy a basic unit, paint it up, so you get an idea of what's going on, and then kind of work out from there. I think once you have a couple minis, try to think of what you like, and, you know, if you want to give yourself kind of a target, make an army list with, like, cool stuff. With the minis you like, and make something, and, you know, you can try to make it coherent if you want, or you know, you just don't worry about making something like super hard and competitive, because that changes so often with Warhammer games that it doesn't matter. Yeah, but then you just work your collection toward that army, and when you hit that number that you're going for, that army list, you get all those minis and you get them painted and stuff, then just add more to it. Yeah, no problem. Good luck. What army are you looking at? I don't play Age of Sigmar, so I'm not quite as familiar with, like, what goes on in Age of Sigmar as far as the armies and what's good or what people like or not. So I'm not quite as much help with Sigmar stuff. But I would love to hear what you're getting into. End of the day, it's a mini game. That's cool with me. Wash. Yeah, we did already do all the weapons, so that's good. One more mix-up. Wet palette worth a wash should work for me. Either STDs. Don't buy STDs, man. Won't be doing that. Gloomspite gets pretty cool though. Someone pay money for a venereal disease. Buying Spearhead for your factions, everybody. Yeah, the Spearhead's a good choice too. Yeah, the starter sets. Especially if you know you're gonna, like, commit to the army. Yeah, just jumping in with a box that gives you a little discount, and yeah, a little bit of everything. A bad idea. Okay. We're going to rinse the brush. We're going to get another mix of wash on the palette. Am I Lumineth Spearhead? I don't, personally, but coming from Malifaux, where it's just a matter of picking up one every box in the crew. Yeah, GW is very open. What you get. Votann started at the 9th edition boarding patrol and just built out from there. Yeah, I saw Soulblight Gravelords are getting a bunch of new minis, and I think I might jump on those for the for my old world, because I don't have any Black Knights right now, which I like the older Black Knight minis, so maybe I'll try to find those. They're probably all gone anyway at this point, but and Graveguard. Okay, got first 20 drops there. The Flesh Eater Courts are cool. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, so there's new like Vampire on Zombie Dragon and stuff, so I might be grabbing some Soul Blight minis this year for my old world vampire accounts. 20 drops of this. Six drops of Black Legion. Admiration for their judge character. Yeah, the intestines for yeah. Yeah, it's a cool mini. Like they're cool. I think they have one of the cooler like stories for Age of Sigmar. It's in there. After I put this wash on, guys, I think I'm just going to assemble this little artillery piece. We're going to clean it up and try to put it together. See if I can't get a better angle on that thing, and then we'll come back and, you know, we got time, we'll put some bone on the armor plates. Alright, back at it. We've worked our way there. Okay, let's mix up our colors. Okay. In his team, the Dagger Run dump stats? What? What? What are you talking about? Oh, your Blood Bowl minis. What in the world? The human team? Is it like the Reichland, whatever they're called? I was hanging out with my parents around Christmas, and my oldest brother and his oldest son got into 40K, so you know I naturally I brought stuff over to their house, and I was assembling minis and stuff while they were painting, and you know we're just hobbying together and stuff, and my parents were there, and my dad just like watching us, just like no idea what is happening, and we're just talking about Warhammer things. And so I was trying to tell my dad about a Blood Bowl. I was trying to explain to him what Blood Bowl is, and like I don't play Blood Bowls, so I have somewhat limited experience of describing what it is, but I was trying to explain the game to him. Like, yeah, there's a whole like football game in this setting, and it's if an English person imagined how American football is played while putting a Warhammer skin over top of it. And you have Blood Bowl. Which is just like, it's so goofy, but it's so funny. Like, yeah, I don't think he would care for it very much. Okay, I think we're done with the wash. And he's nice and sloppy. So let's put you down. And let's give them a little bit to chill. The old Mutant League sports game on Sega Genesis. We had a when I was a kid, we had a game on NES. It was a basketball game. It was a side scroller, and you would play basketball. You played different basketball players, but you could like punch the enemy player or the enemy players, the opponents, like the other team, and you could like knock their arms off and stuff. It was ridiculous, like violent. It's great. Okay, we get that. Pieces here. What's up, Cultured American? How you doing? Let me get one other piece here. Alright, I'm back. Fighting NHL hits in 2002. You'd fist fight in the middle of the game? That's great. I don't remember if it was arch rivals. I don't remember the name of the game. If you're asking me, it's a little trick here. We got some sandpaper, and we're going to sand this, but we don't want dust. You know, resin dust isn't good to breathe. So I'm going to take a little bit of water. We're just going to put some water on there. Take a drink of the water. It's not my paint water. Okay. So this piece needs sanded, and we're going to sand it right on the paper here. Take a look. Dry it off. Look at that, nice and smooth. And no resin dust. We can trim some of these little pieces off the edges here. Little supports. Yep. This piece won't be seen, so it's not that big of a deal. Wow, we want that nice flat bottom there. And yeah, fits really nicely in this piece. This one's a lot bigger. Yeah, it's sandable. Let's get some other ones first. We got the bottom of this shield here. Sorry if the noise is terrible. A lovely scraping noise. See, not quite. Yep, lovely nails on a chalkboard. This is my step in ASMR. Yeah, sound of progress. Yeah, it's smooth. There's kind of an angle on this, so I'm gonna get everything. But we can get a large portion of it. Again, these parts are very low visibility. It's not that big of a deal. I just want to make sure everything fits properly. Very gentle with the craft knife. Do not want to slice my finger. These things need to be trimmed. They actually slot into the gun. These are all pre-supported. I need some sanding ASMR, yeah. The chalkboard sounding, yeah, thing. Yeah, these are just the pre-supports from, this is Quartermaster 3D is the creator. This Trench Devils set. The one thing, I wish he had an alternate weapon for this gun, because this is a big laser, which is really cool, but it's not quite like guard artillery. What I could do is just cut off the end here, and I would have the gun, right? It would work just fine. But I don't want to do that because this gun is really cool. So, like I said, I will take laser artillery. It's fine. We'll try it out. If we don't like it, then when does it officially become pile of shame? No, this thing's gonna be painted in under 2 weeks, McMedic. How you doing, man? How's the salamander army, right? Okay, we got 2 of these pieces sanded. Let's do the big one here. We'll get this bottom sanded. We'll have to come around on some of these supports, but what we need is more water. Okay, make sure we're all good here. Yes, put these down. This is the way to sand, guys. You put a little bit of water down. That way you don't get any dust. Let's see here. There we go. That worked out. Look how easily that gets all those extra supports off the bottom. It's perfect. 8 Infernus Marines, 5 Terminators and Captain, 3 Eradicators, Land Raider, 1 Redemptor Dread. Dang, okay, yeah, you got a nice little pile of shame. That's alright. It's alright. Oh, I mean my pile. Oh, okay, yeah. Hey man, you'll get it done eventually. My nephew just got into Warhammer around like Thanksgiving, a little after Thanksgiving, and he has his whole like 2,000 point army painted already. He was home from college though, and he literally just spent his like month just painting minis. It's ridiculous. Resume with a lot of curves. Yeah, it won't be as easy. You can always just get the mini wet and then use like regular like sanding paper or something. This is definitely like a flat surface. So I print a lot of like textured base toppers and stuff for my minis. And you need those to sit flat on the base. So that's where I learned this technique when I was sanding, 30, 40 bases at a time. And you kind of learn to, you don't want to breathe the resin dust. So figure out ways to do this. So I decided to sand them wet. Works really well. So the not flat edges. I am a big fan of just using a hobby knife, going through and get rid of all the uneven surfaces. Be gentle with it. Take your time. It's not about forcing. Okay. Yeah, you'll get like the residue here, like the dust or whatever that kind of dries up. That's fine. Doesn't harm anything. And again, these are like low, like no one's gonna see under this because it's gonna be on a base, right? You done like half an hour. Yeah, just a half an hour or so. Super glue regular size las gun until the opponent's a heavy las gun. Yeah. Okay, so this one won't be quite as easy to do, so we're going to knife as much as we can. That's really useful. And I'm going to end up trimming a piece off of this to try to get it to angle higher. Because I don't like the current angle. Yeah, I built this plate and I thought it was gonna be like not hold. It looked like very few supports for how big this cannon is. And this printed really well. This is one of my best like larger printed pieces I've had, so very impressed with this overall. Yeah, Quartermaster 3D guys. Solid prints. They're paid 3D prints like STLs, but yeah, scratching it doesn't matter. My whole militia army is basically these prints. I also use a blend of resin, so use a little bit of it's tenacious, Ceratec tenacious resin, like the flexible resin. A little bit in the mix, Ceratec fast. Yeah, so I got this print off the printer this morning. I liked it so much that I immediately started a second one. I can get my artillery going. And your Night Lord's probably going to be fighting some militia, but that's cool because all your awesome like pinning and fear rules and stuff just work. It works so well against militia. Okay. Let's try this. So this piece fits right in there. That's just how that's gonna go. We do have this little guy that we're gonna clean up, and he fits right in these pieces, just like that, and he'll sit right in the side. Just run told that. Yeah, they're like leadership 7 is like the sergeant's leadership. But, you know, they're susceptible to all the fear and everything. And a lot of the units are just like straight up leadership 6. Which is really bad. Yeah, and if they're under... So I'm using like the conscripts, like the levies. The levies, if they go under half... No, the levies, if they fail a check... It's in combat when they get assaulted. If they lose their combat, they fail their morale check, they just disappear. When any militia unit like goes to run away, if they're under half strength, half their starting strength, then they can't rally, so they just continue to run off the board. Yeah, I think this wants it to be like a like an 88 turned on. We're gonna take a little bit of corner out of this. We're gonna see if this helps it. You gotta be careful trimming or cutting resin pieces off. Helped a little bit. Okay. Because resin can be really brittle. And you can just end up taking big chunks. Try a little bit more. Top ears will hopefully pin a ton of them. Yeah, they'll just get pinned, and then you just charge them, and they just die. Yeah, I think like for reference, if you were to play, like you were to actually run Conrad Kurz against militia, like it would be an auto win. I don't think there is a way militia can counter anything that he does. Because I think he causes fear 3. So he would deep strike, and all of his units would deep strike. Everything causes like crazy fear. I would just pretty much auto fail all my pinning checks, and then you just kill what you want, and like it ends up just being like one crazy like vicious cycle. Okay, next thing that's hitting is actually this little lip right here. The stack of magnets rolling, yeah. That's hilarious. Alright, let's see if we can get some elevation out of this. Is that better? Why does that not seem much better? Side over here. Again, I am not forcing the knife. Being very careful about what I'm doing. Okay, and I think that is about my maximum elevation. Since no, there's more. There's more that can give me. Where's that hitting? On the gun, this backside here. Gonna make this work. Still less time than assembling a normal, like, Earthshaker. Yeah, it might be about as good as it gets. The angle is a lot less than I thought it would be. Even at like a maximum angle. Not looking at a whole lot. No way to change that. If we were to raise this piece up, so I glue it on some kind of platform, and then make it so that points up more. But bad. Better than pointing straight ahead. The gun shield too. I think what should happen is the gun shield should have stayed down and the gun should have elevated. But I think they definitely make this gun where it points straight ahead. Yeah. Like the one heavy artillery piece they have too. I wish they had one that went more up. Yeah, it's cool looking weapon though. Very nice looking. And we got this little guy. Let's clean up this little dude here. See what we got going for him. Going super far. Okay, well, let's try some glue. Actually, before the glue, our lovely little sanding paper out, we'll wipe up that up. little better. Yeah, okay. Slightly easier. Alright, let's get this guy. This guy glued in here. We'll sit right to the side. We'll get this front piece glued in where it belongs. That. Oh, his vision is completely blocked. Makes sense, but I guess he has a computer. So that's cool. Yeah, I don't like how the shield sits up. Man. Like, that looks really cool. That looks super cool. And that is, like, not as much. It's Votann, so it's handled by... Yeah, definitely. This is totally Votann. Yeah. Ignore the human controlling the gun. Dremel shot, yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, he's got a computer. I'm gonna have, so part of the plan is put this artillery on a base. So it'll be on a nice big circle base. And then, I'm gonna have extra crew. And you can have, so the militia in 30k, you just purchase the extra crew for. Like, they come with 4 crew. But you can buy, like, an extra 20 crew or whatever for like a battery of 3 guns. And it's kind of dumb not to buy the crew because they're 2 points per model and they can still die like separate from the gun. So you basically buy 3 guns and then just buy 20 extra crew for 40 points. And they're just there to crew the guns. So I'm going to have all these little like loaders and stuff and like extra minis hanging around. Like a little like some accountant or something that's going to be doing calculations on a little Nintendo Game Boy or something. And but yeah, we're going to have lots of extra like little dudes hanging around, but it's cool. It looks cool facing forward. I'll have to figure that out. I'm not going to glue the rest of this mini in. I can get his head out though. Glue his headpiece in. I'll give this guy a helmet. He deserves that much. Just have to find a helmet for him. Okay. Does he? Yeah, he does. See, unlike the normal infantry, the artillery guys actually have to have a little bit of education, so... These men are the militia from Prospero. So of course they're going to be educated. Especially the artillery. Be staring at the screen. Yeah, there we go. Big gun. I don't know what kind of big gun, but it's big gun. That's great. I need to find. I need to figure out if I want something a little different. I love this gun, man. This printed so well too. Like the way this gun printed was just perfect. It's perfect, like, diameter to sit on, like, an 80 mil base and everything, which I think they go in an 80 mil, maybe. I'll have to check, but just all around, like, what it's supposed to be, but Well, he's supposed to be arrested and taken to terror. He should have needed the. He shouldn't have needed militia. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, yeah. See, now I wonder if the rest of his prints are this good, like the bigger prints. You know, I've printed a lot of the smaller stuff. It all turns out amazing, but I have a lot of like tank STLs from him and stuff, and I wonder how good those turn out with their pre-supports, because their pre-supports again look really simple. But he did something really cool where you have like a tank. And so normally when people make an STL for a tank, they make the tank and they'll hollow it like through a back door, like the side doors or whatever. And they have like the whole shell of the tank. What he did was he has the whole tank mini and the entire underneath is all hollow. Except for like a little bit in the front and a little bit in the back. But otherwise the whole inside is hollow. So you have a hollow tank that's all like done on the top and everything. So it's like one big print for the body. You had to put the treads on and stuff, but then just the inside is hollow. So it's not like you need to drain stuff out of drain holes. It's just all empty on the inside. So it's something I want to try. Definitely want to try to print some of his Lehman Russes eventually. Guys, you know, I think I'm going to call it there. I'm going to try to see what's going on with all this nonsense and everything, so... Yeah. It's supposed to be resolved today, and it's not, and so... I'm going to try to make that work. Many things I want to learn how to do. Yeah. Thanks, Gosu. JD Hetzer, this is Quartermaster 3D is the name of the creator of these prints. He sells all of his stuff on My Mini Factory. He sells a lot of it on Colts 3D, but Quartermaster 3D. Yeah, sure, Zan. I'll let you know. But yeah, you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be on Sunday night. We're back to the schedule, provided I'm not like dying with some kind of crazy sickness or I don't have a voice. If I don't have a voice, we'll do a silent stream on Sunday. There we go. Thanks, Ed. Thank you. The Trench Devils. That's the set that I have from him, the Trench Devils. But you guys have a wonderful afternoon, a wonderful weekend, and yeah, I will see you guys on Sunday. We'll be painting something. I don't know what we're gonna paint. We'll be painting something. All right. Bye, everybody.